Hello guys, Lit here. So this is my craziest league start ever. The build that I decided to league start, which is Spirit Walker Companion, is end up being really strong with the monkey from Act 3 Silver Fist. This remind me back on 0.1 when I play minion on PoE 2, and it feels very strong, it feels very reliable. You can trust your minion that they're going to come and cover your ass, and this one I think is a lot stronger. So I'm very happy play with minion again, and the minion build that I'm playing is actually really strong. And the second craziest thing happens is this one. And yes, that is Mage Blood. I got it from Elder Madoc on Interlude. I do not see that one coming. If you guys see my channel before, I make a run video before. I do edit Headhunter inside there. That is not actually Headhunter there. I just added the Headhunter in as a joke. I think Mage Blood is the same rarity with Headhunter, so it's really rare to get. And to have it in day one is just crazy. But we'll talk about the Mage Blood a little bit when we on the item sections. For now, let's talk about the build and how the build works and how the build performs. So this is a companion build, and this is a build that are very specific and very unique to Spirit Walker because of the natural orders. This allow you to tame unique beasts, and the one that we are using is the mighty Silver Fist. And the reason why this monkey is really strong is because if you see it on the basic attack and you scroll down here, it said main hand critical strike chance is 50%. And apparently this monkey have a base crit chance is 25%. And the crazier thing again, I watched Gaz's video talking about this, and he basically said that GGG confirmed that this is intentional. So this is not a bug, this is not a mistake, this is intentional that the Mighty Silver Fist have 25% base crit chance. And the reason why this is insane, because number one, it's very high. The second one is because Mighty Silver Fist can have a modifier retained. For examples, this is the tame beast that I have. If you see that it have a monster modifier, Haste Aura, Hasted, and Conjure Lightning Storm. Unique tame beast, you can also get a monster modifier. With using Tablet, you can add a modifier into the unique beast, which you can tame them, and it will retain the monster modifier. And there is a modifier named Extra Crit, and with that Extra Crit, with 25% base crit chance, this monkey basically 100% crit. And this is really nuts. And no wonder this Silver Fist did a crazy amount of DPS. So Mighty Silver Fist, this is something you can get on Act 3. There is also the Muff versions, which is Sequoia the Head Crusher. This one is also the same. If I summon him, this is also have the same build crit chance and basically the same stats. Silver Fist, this monkey is basically the highlight of the build. This is the core of the build, this is the start and the mid of the build. And we support it with another tame beast like this one, which have Haste Aura. And Haste Aura will give the monkey more attack speed. And this one, I'm getting quite lucky with this because I also get the one that hasted. And the reason why this is good, because the companion that have haste aura usually very slow. So when the companion itself also have haste, the haste aura become a lot more reliable. And you can try to get this one on Act 3, trouble camps, and you can keep this one at a checkpoint and keep doing that until you get that. But if you're just starting, just try to find the one with haste aura and just settle with it. Everything else is just a bonus. And another thing about this build is also Wild Protector. This is a ascendancy node from the Spirit Walker, which is basically going to give you a bear. This is the pink bear over here, or the purple. And this bear can give Intimidate, and the slam actually pretty good. When I first saw the trailer, I thought this minion doesn't deal that much DPS. But apparently it does a decent amount of DPS, not crazy amount, but it's still very decent. And the Wild Protector also provide Intimidate, which make the enemy take 10% more damage and deal 10% less damage. So Wild Protector is really strong, and of course we're going to use something like Master. Then this is the strongest support gem you can get on minion. You get 7% more damage for each different type of reviving minion, which mean this one, and then the bear. And I also have Reaver and Cleric. I use this one just for the showcase, but I also have this one and this one. So we have like 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. So it's like 35% more damage just from the master alone. And because this is a minion build, of course we're going to use something like Pain Offering. Pain Offering going to give your monkey more damage and also attack speed. And attack speed is something that I see a lot of minion player kind of neglect. And I always say this time to time, even back in the 0.1 when I make a video how to scale your minion damage, attack speed for minion is a multiplier. If you attack twice faster, you basically deal double damage. So attack speed is really, really important for the monkey. And the more attack speed you have, the better the clear going to be too. So attack speed is really, really important. And I'm using sniper marks, and this basically just to assist and give more critical damage bonus for the silverfish basically. And so the silverfish basically deal like a lot more damage with the sniper marks. So that's basically the skill, and I will put the detail on the mobility and POB in the descriptions. The support gem will change, I'm 100% sure, because I'm still playing around with it. But the concept is very, very simple. Like if you want to get like a support gem for the silverfish, make sure that the support gem is something that benefit every single damage type of the mighty silverfish. Because if you click silverfish, if I click the basic attack, you can see that it deals fire damage, it deals cold damage, it deals some lightning damage, it also deals a decent amount of chaos damage too. And the reason why, because we do have a note like this on the tree, which gives the companion damage extra chaos. This is quite a lot of damage extra chaos. I think there's also this and this, which I do not take, but you definitely can take that one too. And this one also give damage extra cold. So the monkey doesn't just do physical damage. And if you put something like half, for example, you're only going to scale the physical portions. And not just that, half also have a downside, which is going to lower your attack speed. So if you want to play around with the support gem, just make sure that the support gem is actually something that benefit as much damage type as you can, because the monkey did more than just physical damage. And that's basically the skill and how the skill interactions. Next, let's talk about the items. And items for minion is actually very, very simple in early game, because the first thing you need is as much plus minion skill as possible. On your scepter, you can get up to +4, but at this point of the league, you probably cannot find them. So what I usually like to do is I will try to find a +3 minion with attack speed. And another place you can get plus minion is on the helmet, you can get +2 here. And on the amulet, you can get up to +3. I buy +2 because the +3 is really expensive. And on the amulet, there is also spirit. Spirit is nice to have, but it's not more important than the plus level minions. And the last one is the offhand. And this is the one that I cannot really recommend you to buy this or like try to get this one. Because me personally, I get this from rituals. So I'm not really paying for it. And the reason why I'm saying that I cannot recommend this, because this item eventually you're going to replace. Because we have this note on the Spirit Walker, which you're going to give added attack damage equal to 60% of your main weapon damage. So at the end game, you're going to use something like two-handed mace via the Giant's Blood here, or you're going to use Talisman via the Lord of the Worlds. I'm still not sure which one that I want to go, because both of them have a pretty severe downside. But at the end game, you will definitely replace this. You will not just use a Transtimber. You will use either Talisman or 200 Mace. And Transtimber right now, at the time of recording, this is not cheap. The +2 level of minion now is 2 divine. And this is something that I just got. And previously, I'm using a spear like this. It have quite a lot of damage. Like, it's not the best spear ever, but it does provide you quite a lot of damage, even with this kind of spear. So for examples, like as we see over here, this is the Mighty Silverfish, 185k. If I change this one with the spear, right now it goes down to 171. Yes, it's quite a lot of jumps, but once again, this one is not going to cost you 2 divine. Instead of buying 2 divine of this, for me personally, I think you can get a decent spear with a lot lower price, and you're not losing that much DPS. I would suggest just find a spear like this that have as many attack damage as you can. Doesn't matter what it is. It can be fire, it can be cold, it can be lightning, it can be physical. Just try to get as much as you can. And this will be fine early on. You don't have to worry too much about it. And for the rest of the gear, we basically just want life and resistance. For example, this ring, life resistance. The same one here, life resistance. And the body armor, there is spirit there. I don't think it's mandatory. If you can get spirit, that's nice. But if you don't get the spirit, use life and resistance. The glove, the same. You want life and resistance. And the boots is the same thing. You want life resistance, and of course, movement speed. This basically bring me to the belt, and this is a mage blood. Having this early on basically allow me to use an item like this. It gives a lot of life and spirit, but it doesn't really give you a lot of resistance. It's only give like 16% fire resistance. This is normally not a good gear, but because I have a mage blood, and mage blood basically give me a lot of resistance, so I can get away with item like this. Is this going to make the build stronger? Probably not. But it's going to enable you to use like a very cheap item like this, which is a benefit for people who have the mage blood. I'm not saying that you need the mage blood. You definitely not. But if you don't have the mage blood, you're going to look for the same thing on the belt. You want life and resistance. On PoE 2, life and resistance is your best defense early game, not energy shield, not evasion, not armor. Because early on, you're not going to have a good gear. You're not going to have 1,000 ES on your body armor. You're not going to have like 1,000 of like armor or evasion or anything like that. You're going to have like pretty crap gear because this is day one. On day one, the most important defense is life and resistance. Cap all your resistance and get as much chaos resistance as you can. Next, let's talk a little bit more about Mage Blood. Mage Blood is not necessarily looking strong because like this one, it give Ruby give 60% fire resistance. It give 5% maximum resistance. Sure, the maximum fire resistance is nice, but it's only giving resistance. The same thing with Sapphire. Sapphire give the cold, and there is also Topaz that give lightning, and there is also Bismuth that only give the resistance but not the max resistance. The thing about Mage's Blood, when it gives you this much resistance, that means you can use that suffixes for something else's. And some of you are probably going to ask, like, what are you going to use the suffixes for? Like, we already travel like crazy amount of attribute on the tree. Like, do we really need more attribute on the gear? And my answer is yes. And the reason why you need that much attribute is because Companion is a pure dexterity skill. You're going to need a lot of dexterity to use them. The same thing with something like Pain Offering. This is a pure intelligence skill, and you're going to need a lot of intelligence to use it. And at the end game, when you use something like Talisman going to need a lot of strength too. And not to mention, if you go for Giant's Blood, now you need a crazy amount of strength too. So something like Mage's Blood will allow you to use your suffixes for something else's, and that is for me is the strength of Mage's Blood. It's not necessarily you have to have it, but if you have it, it makes a lot of things easier. It's mostly to fix a lot of problem with just one slot of items. And also for Mage's Blood, every single mod here can be rerolled with Divine. I haven't tried that because I don't have that much Divine, and I'd rather not break my resistance. I will do that later. But this item, we're probably going to look for a combination of a good legacy mod, for example, like Quicksilver, going to give you a lot of movement speed. And in PoE 2s, movement speed is a very, very rare mod to get. And there's also something like Jade, which is going to give you flat 2000 evasion, which is a lot of evasions. There's also one for the armor. It's going to give you flat armor and all that stuff. So Mage Blood is mostly about the combination of this legacy mod. If we can get like a good combinations, it's going to be really, really good. But I think it's also going to be like crazy, crazy, crazy expensive. So I just want to talk a little bit about this because this is an item that I always try to get every single league on PoE 1. Because I just really, really like this item. Yeah, aside from that, that's basically about the items. Just try to get an item that's going to fix your problems, your life and resistance, and the plus minion. And the next one, let's talk about the tree a little bit. The tree, we can basically get all the companion that we can get on this section. And after that, we're going to have like a very long walk to the minion section over here. This basically happened from Act 3 to, I don't know, interlude. I think it take me until interlude or probably early map to get here. It's very, very long journey. So I begin with Twister, with taking the path here, just a normal Twister starting point, and then after Act 3, and after I get the second ascendancy, and tame the Silverfish, I basically go back to town and respect all the Twister node and put them, all of them into the companion node. Now this tree probably not going to be an endgame tree, but this is something that I do because the travel node, like I said, you're going to need a lot of attribute anyway. And for every jewel socket, this is what I would recommend getting. Try to get a socket that have attack speed. Attack speed is a modifier that really, really hard to get for the minion. You only have it here. These two node over here, attack speed, and these three node over here, attack speed, attack speed, attack speed. There's not that many of them. So if you can get attack speed jewel, this jewel is less than 5 exalt. I do not want to spend too much on this jewel because this is something that I'm going to replace later on. The one that I want is just attack speed there. And if I can get a critical damage bonus or critical strike chance or something like minion damage, I will take them. I don't really care about like how good the roll and everything is. Like I said, this is just something you want to put on the jewel so you get some benefit from the jewel socket. And the same thing for here. This is just a minion damage and also attack speed. And the same also here and the same also here. So that's basically the jewel. This is going to give the monkey a lot of attack speed. And the more attack speed you have, the better the clear and the better the single target too. So the tree is very very simple. At some point we going to remove the entire section here, and like I mentioned earlier, we have to choose between Lord of the Wilds or Giant's Blood. I haven't really decided. Both of them have a very very severe downside. Like this one, you're going to need like crazy amount of strength, and this one you're going to have 50% less spirit. Both of them have a very severe downside, but I think that's what we're going to do at the end game, because Talisman and 200 Mage is going to give you a lot of damage on the weapon, and 60% of that going to be allocated to your companion, and that's going to increase the companion damage by quite a lot. So that's about the build basically. I do progress a little bit on the Atlas. One thing that I probably can recommend, just try to get this one first. This is going to increase the quantity of your wasteland that you're going to get, help you sustain the map, and help you get more maps that you can run. And also, this node over here is for the rare monster. It's going to give a rare monster more modifier, more effectiveness, and all that stuff. And also something like essences can help you with like the early crafting if you want to craft something. And I go for ritual because I got trans timber there, so I keep doing ritual until I can buy the trans timber because it's quite expensive. But everything other than that, I'm still trying to progress through my Atlas. I'm right now at level 81. It's still pretty early in the game. I'm right now still at tier 11. So tomorrow we'll get to tier 15 and try to basically clear all the area on the fortress. Hopefully we can get quite far tomorrow. So with that said, if you guys have any questions and if you want to share your League Start experience, share it with the comment below. I know a lot of people complain about the download at before the launch. I'm one of them because I also cannot download the game until like very very close to the launch. But this League Start end up being one of my best League Start ever on Path of Exile. And so thank you everyone for watching. I really really appreciate it, and I will see you on the next one.